Hello, my name is Gary Schotten, and we're here as a part of this global initiative to inspire better business. And today we're going to talk about a phrase or a group of words that I've heard many times. It won't work here. And that comes sometimes on just an individual basis, sometimes in a company. On a company, we might go talk to a company and they just say, well, yeah, that sounds like a great idea, but it won't work here. Especially when we go to a foreign country, there's the opinion or the view, and in some degrees they're right about the fact that I don't really understand their culture and I don't understand the things that they're facing. And so even the advice like I'm sharing with you right here, right now, might be turned off because, well, Gary's in America. It will work if it was in America, but it won't work here. You don't understand. But after talking to literally hundreds of people and being in more than 30 countries and being after this for more than 40 years, I've come to learn that, the situations in life are not all that different. Oh, marriage problems could be marriage problems, but, you probably could group those problems into 4 or 5 categories and go get some marriage counseling. Because your marriage, your situation, your job, your business, they're not that unique. Even though you might think so. So we're going to talk about my friend David. Boy, he is a great guy. We're good friends. He's traveled with me, and he's a consultant. And you see I'm sitting here in my business, and he's come in as a paid consultant and help us be more efficient, help us change things, help us to push out cost, help us to increase sales. And he's probably been at our company over the last 6 years as many as 10, 15 times. And we benefit every time he comes. And I think he likes coming here because we kind of press this issue that it will work here. You do have some good ideas. We want that. Not everybody now. There's always those, hey, this won't work until you prove it, But I was sitting in a meeting and David was telling this group of people, and he said these exact same words. He would go into businesses and almost invariably the leadership says, yeah, but our deal is different. What you're describing sounds so good, but it won't work here. Hold just a second. Does gravity work pretty well the same around the world? The answer to that is yes. Does the law of lift where airplanes take off and land, overcoming the law of gravity, does that work pretty well the same around the world? I think the answer is yes. And so we're trying to introduce truth that is globally true, universally true, would be true 100 years ago, true today, true 100 years from now if our society is anywhere like it is now, because people are people. Well, let's back to David. He would go in to companies. Maybe it's an efficiency event. That would be a process of becoming more efficient, and it's to do with management. And the management leaders think, well, our business is different. You need to understand all about our business. No, you really don't. You're taking an order. You're processing the order. You're handling a certain amount of paper. You're answering the phone. You're making too many copies, or you're not using the computer enough, or you don't have a good enough system, or you don't have a good enough way of hiring good people. You see, systems and processes, if you listen to me very long at all, you'll know that that's my home base, that if you don't create good systems so you can repeat something, well, David would come in and help our company and other companies create new and better systems. And so when he walks away and leaves, he's not here every day. We can take those encouragement, those lessons, and we implement them, and then we permeate them throughout the company, so now we have changed the culture of the company. That has to be in what I would call good soil. We're good soil because when somebody gives us an idea, we try to engulf it, and we try to make the change. Now, some of the companies I know he goes to and the people I see, they're just hard, fast, bent on that their way has been the best way. We have done it that way for hundreds of weeks, not years. I was going to say years. That's not true. Months. I started this company. I created this. I am doing all this. How can you suggest that what I'm doing is not the right way or good enough? Well, that's why we're consultants. That's why we come and help. Because we think that you can make some changes that are consistent with other things we've seen, and that idea of it won't work here is really goes across the side. Now, I mentioned earlier that I've been in many countries, and this is for sure true when myself, as a white American living in the middle of the most prosperous nation in the world, and I go teach a lesson like this to someone in, I love my African friends. I've been to Africa many times. I go every year to Africa, but it's very consistent there that I'm a white guy in front of an all-black African audience, and the entire audience, it's read through their eyes. They're looking at me with a little bit of glaze, no matter what I say. They're saying, well, that won't work here. That's so cool, but you don't understand what we're facing. And I'm saying, yes, if you'll give it a chance, maybe a modified version, it will work. They're thinking, man, if you just buy me a ticket to America, and I could take this lesson you just taught as long as I live in America, and then I can make this work. No, that's not true. The lessons we're teaching in virtually all of these presentations are globally true. Now, you have to adapt them a little bit, but they're globally true. Now, in my case, I've come to the point in these developing nations, and it's not just Africa. I'm going to be in just 5 weeks in Honduras. It's a Central American country. It's all Spanish. I'm going to face the same thing. Well, if I could move to America, I could do that. No. So I'm going to be in the country of Serbia. That's a country across the bay from Italy and former Russian bloc. I'm going to run across. I know I'm going to run across this. So my solution, or part of that solution to this, is to inspire people, maybe some of you watching here, that you in your culture, if you will endorse this, not endorse me, but you will grab a hold of the teachings we're talking about, and you will become a part of that and apply it into your business or your whatever you're doing, and you'll start seeing good results, and you will need to become the spokesman for much of this truth. Not the spokesman for me, not for a spokesman for this organization, but to inspire better business in your culture, because they are really too big of a hurdle on this subject. It won't work here for me as an American many times to make that jump. So I'm always looking for coaches and speakers that will help us in this endeavor. Well, some of the problems are people are just absolutely too proud to say that the way they're doing it wasn't good. Some people have tunnel vision. All they're doing is looking right down a little tunnel. They need to back up and look a little bigger and look into the overall bigger picture. There's more than just day to day. And some people are just absolutely too proud. I hope you're none of those. I hope you'll listen. I hope you'll be a part of this. I hope you'll listen to other teachings to inspire better business. Thank you.